Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian, or Stephen Anthony, as you see in below here. and I'm going to share with you right now this day that we will see Mars at 28 degrees of Leo, making a square to Uranus in Taurus at 28 degrees. We have a square here. Unusual shakeups may occur on June the 15th, Sunday, June 15th. Even this, let's see, the 14th. Let's see. Could be the 14th as well. Yep. This weekend. Woohoo! We have a little bit of a shakeup here going on. Mars and Uranus are making a square to each other. There may be an urge to be impulsive or, well, resist if you can of any impulsive urges. Although it's a break, you could come to a breakthrough or a breakdown of something also this weekend. Oh boy. Alrighty then. This is interesting. So let's go back. Go ahead and add an hour. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead in days. I want to move Mars. So we're going to have this square before Mars moves into Virgo. On the 17th of June, Tuesday, June 17th, Mars will be moving into Virgo. For Aries, Virgo is your sixth house of work. Routines, daily routine. Actually, the sixth house is also could be the house of illness, acute illnesses, routines, work, employees, employers, accidents, so that's all sixth house things. It's called the house of bad fortune in Hellenistic astrology. It's the house of service and servitude, where you require hard work without being recognized for it. How about that? Yay. These are routines like chores you do daily that no one ever really you need to do yet. The hard work you need to do to get through the day. For you, Aries people, Aries and the moon will be in Pisces on this day as well. At 8 degrees, that's not really much of it's a wide orb. It is opposed by sign, but it's a wide orb of opposition. And Mars is it will be in conjunct to Saturn and Neptune. when Mars moves into Virgo. So this could be something that about you and your an illness or health issue you need to deal with that's not really uh you won't be able to do anything about this because they are in an aversion to each other. They don't know what's going on with each other. Mars is in an earth sign, and Saturn and Neptune are in a fire sign. They have nothing in common. They don't speak the same language. They're not in the same category. They don't really have a lot to do with each other. Although Mars rules Aries, is ruled by Aries. So, eek. Anything in Libra? Let's see. Is anything in Libra? No. Because no, Mars is ruled by Scorpio. Anything in Scorpio, I mean. Anything in Scorpio? Well, there's the Vestal Virgin. The Vestal Flame Vesta is in Scorpio. Um, so, and they are actually making a good, they actually can talk to each other because they are two signs away. That's like almost like a, close to a sextile, out of orb sextile. But if you have anything in Scorpio at 0 degrees to 2, 4 degrees of Scorpio, well, that's a good thing for this energy. Sextile, it'll be sextile. And that's the only thing I see that's good with Virgo, Mars and Virgo. You'll be able to look at the details, get things done, uh, take some action in a very detailed, oriented fashion. Uh, let's see. Anything else that I want to share here? There you go. Now you can see this much better. All right. Mars in Virgo. Also, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is in Cancer. So, that's a really good thing. Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. The Sun is in Gemini. Mars is in Virgo as well. So you can take action in the home, uh, thinking of home renovations or just staying at home, doing everything at home that you need to do, take care of. Maybe you're buying things for your home to make it more. Well, maybe you're thinking of buying a pond, installing a or building a pond in your yard, or some kind of water feature in your home. That's what's great with this water energy of the fourth house. Oh, so Mars is in Virgo, in your sixth house, Aries. And Mercury rules Mars at this time instead of the Sun ruling Mars when it was in Leo. Mars rules Mercury, the planet of communication. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, well, Venus is in your sign, and you're ruled by Venus. Hey. And Venus, well, let's see, Mars is in your fifth house, Taurus. Yay. Mars is taking action into doing things that are creative. Um, be kind to your children. Don't be too nitpicky towards them. Uh, they are children. Use uh, kid-sized gloves if you need to uh, get them in line. Don't be too uh, detail-oriented with them. If they understand, then fine. But actually, just make sure you're not overdoing it. Mars in the fifth house can be very harsh towards their children verbally here because Mercury rules Mars and it's in your third house. So this could also be communication with neighbors and your neighborhood siblings and aunts, uncles, cousins, or your extended family. So yeah, I would be careful doing anything creative or anything with your children that may get under your skin. And don't be too critical of your children at this time. Also, we have the south node here as well, where when Mars gets to the south node, that'll be quite something when we get to July. Uh-huh. And what else? And it'll be oh, wait. There's a sextile from Mars to Jupiter. And there's a square. Well, there's an inconjunct from Mars to to Saturn and Neptune, and also an inconjunct to Pluto. Sort of, yes. um, what else is there? From Mars, there's inconjunct to Pluto, and inconjunct to Saturn and Neptune. In your 12th house, Saturn and Neptune are in your 12th house, Taurus. So, Saturn and Neptune in Aries Well, you've been feeling it in your hidden enemy. Well, make sure you're not creating hidden enemies, even though you may not know you are. With Mars in the fifth house, making in conjunct to Saturn and Pluto and Neptune. I mean, and also Pluto. Yes, in Aquarius. Neptune and Saturn. Yeah, in conjunctions. Um, so there's going to be some shakeup, and then a breakdown, and then we move into some nitpicky and detailed, get things done in slowly, though. You can get things done slowly. Mars in Virgo. Um, Earth signs usually do things very methodically and slowly. Uh, but very precise. On to a Gemini. Well, Gemini, Mars rules in Virgo, rules Mercury, and you also rule Mercury, and they are two signs away from each. So there's this Mars and Mercury's an inversion to you in your second house of money. You're probably communicating more about money, manifesting money with Jupiter in your second house, also helpful, very helpful. Mars rules your 11th house of benefactors and uh, things doing with money as well. This is the 11th house is a money house. And also your 6th house of work, routines, uh, illness, pets. So yeah, actually, you may get a pet in your home. Hey, Mars rules your 6th house. Mars and Virgo. Well, Virgo rules Mercury. So we have Mars ruling your 11th and 6th houses, and Mercury in the second house. Mars in Virgo, Mercury in Cancer. Well, that's interesting. We have Mars making in conjunct to Saturn and Neptune here in your money and the monetary gains, so from your career. Mars rules your 6th house of work, pets, illness. So maybe you're getting some money here with using the power of Mercury to, well, Mercury is making a trine to uh, Juno. That's right. Mercury is making a trine to Juno. And also making a trine to the moon eventually, and the south node. Eventually, Mercury well, yeah, Mercury is going to trine the moon, then later trine this north node, something fated, destined, to come for your career. Some money making things actually, hey, with work and your 11th house and Mars in Virgo, as I said, Mercury rules Virgo. Mercury is in Cancer. So you may be doing something emotionally, maybe you're being emotionally attached to money. Who knows? You or spending, Jupiter is going to be spending money. Uh, so will Mercury in a very methodical way. Be sure you're using Mars in a very methodical, determined, um, uh, precise way. Organized. Yes, actually, Gemini, you will be more organized with Mars in your fourth house and Mercury in your second with matters. Cancer. Well, Cancer, Mars is going through your third house. Making in conjunct to Saturn and Neptune in your 10th. So this has to do with familiar places and how you're seen in the public, something you're doing in the third house, maybe make sure you're being very precise, very detail oriented, or something in your career will that you are may not be doing correctly because Virgo, yes, you Virgo, you do make mistakes, I know, but hey, I'm sorry. Virgo, you can make mistakes, even though you're nitpicky and you're very precise in what you do, just sometimes with Mars here, it's just like that you want to get it done and make sure you're doing it correctly, not just to get it done. As it'll be seen by other people, and they don't, and you will not understand why. What is going on? Why is everyone looking at me like I'm a crazy person? Cancer. Well, hey, um, but we have this great trine from the ascendant or Mercury to the Juno to the moon on the 17th as well for you, Cancer. First, fifth, and ninth houses. These are the houses of you, your creativity, and your belief systems. Hey, there's a big trine here that's going to be very easy. So you can use this energy, this trine energy, to counteract. Make sure you're doing what you need to do in the third house. And Mercury is all about you. These Jupiter and Mercury. Well, hey, you actually Jupiter will expand whatever you do, either bad or good or bad. Just make sure you're just doing it in a very precise, detailed way, and everything will be fine in your third house. Leo, Leo. Mars is in your second house. Mars rules Mercury in your 12th. Mars rules your fourth house and your eighth house. That's ninth house. Oh, Leo. Aries is your ninth house, and Mars is ruled by your fourth house of Scorpio. Well, we have a nice. So Ooh, Aries, your ninth house, Leo. Mars is not doing well. Any favors with this in conjunction between Saturn and Neptune with Mars. Just make sure you're taking care of all your money. Be check your bank statements, your purchases, and your finances. Make sure you're not check on all that. And let's see. Hmm. Yeah, something you may be doing could create a hidden enemy. The 12th house is hidden enemies. Also, the 12th house is all about whoops. Sorry. Oh, sorry. The 12th house is all about hospitals, confinement, self undoing. Your self undoing. Yeah. Things that are of loss. This could be also past lives for you as well. Um, Let me share this again. So this is the house of hospitals, past lives. Um, yeah, as I said before. So make sure you're doing what you need to be doing, and uh, stop that. And all right. Sorry, I'm having technical issues. Alrighty, so there you have it. So ninth, the fourth house. Mars rules your fourth house. So there's a nice sextile to Vesta, the Vestal flame, and there's a nice, well, and actually Mercury. Well, when it's earlier degrees, Mercury and Mars is making a sextile to Jupiter too, so that's a good thing. So you could be dreaming of money issues from the past, or uh, dreams of money may come up for you at this time. The sextile. This is Jupiter. This is a very Jupiter aspect, ruled aspect. Sextiles are Jupiter based. So when Jupiter is sextile Mars, or Mars is sextile Jupiter, this is a very, you'll probably get downloads of wisdom. Possible. These are possibilities, but hey, they not won't happen for everybody. So actually, this is just an overview of some things that may happen for you. So Leo, um, yes, as I said, money, uh, your philosophy and your home life, and maybe coming into your 12th from the second house with Mars in your second house. Oh, those are lots of topics that'll be covered for you, Leo. Wow. Well, Virgo, Mars is in your sign. You'll be doing more things working on Marshall, uh, interacting with more, taking action, Virgo. So, alrighty. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. I am back. Had to take a break. All right. Virgo. Well, these planets, Saturn and Neptune, are in your eighth house, making an inconjunct from Mars in Virgo. Uh, so, any actions you're taking uh, may have a adverse or really not a really great effect on eighth house matters of other people's money, investments, inheritance. Um, but it's making a sextile to Mars, to Jupiter in your 11th house of friends, bringing abundance of your abundant wisdom from friends, and well, maybe friends will uh, help you out here. If you're not too nitpicky and well, you are always precise, but Virgo, don't overdo it. You may even cut and sever something in your personality that's not working for you. And Mars rules Scorpio, your third house, and it's making a sextile to the Vestal flame here. There's something you're devoted to, something your friends are in your um, devoted to in your your neighborhood, your neighbors could help you out here. Uh, let's see. But your eighth and sixth houses are in aversion to you. When Mars is making a sex, is making a quincunx or an inconjunction to Pluto and Saturn and Neptune. So make sure you're doing things to make yourself look good and not create problems for yourself, Virgo. Alrighty, moving on to Libra. Well, Mars is in your 12th house, Libra. Uh, of hidden enemies, uh, hospitals. Um, Mars is in a house of self undoing. So, probably doing things behind the scenes that create something that's not good for you. Um, and with Saturn and Neptune in your seventh house of your spouse, your significant other. Um, hmm, Libra. Well, I don't. It's not good. Mars rules your seventh house, and Mars also rules your second. of money. So it's a good time to think of your devotion to money and possessions. Mhm. Are you being very uh, forthcoming to your partner's possessions, to their thing? Because Venus is in your eighth house right now, your ruling planet, and other people's money, spouse's money. Are you being very uh, appreciative of others' property, others' things? Oh, Libra, something to think about. Don't piss people off. Next, Scorpio. Well, Scorpio, Mars. You're ruled by Mars, and Mars is in your 11th house of friends. So, um, Mars in your 11th house of friends, benefactors, money you monetarily gain from career endeavors. Uh, Mars rules you. Are you how are you devoted to your friends and yourself? You mm, Scorpio. Well, something it may be going on with your work at this time as well, and pets. Uh, there's something that you're not paying attention to. Make sure that you're not. Yeah, because Mars, Virgo, and Aries are in an aversion to each other. They don't speak the same language. They don't live in the same uh, element or modality, or they don't have triplicity either. So, yeah, Aries is a cardinal sign where Mars is in a mutable sign. They don't mutable, and they are mutable and a cardinal, completely different. Fire and earth, completely different, and they don't have anything in common at all, except Mars rules your sixth house and your first house. Let's see. Mercury, which and it's ruled by Mercury. Mars is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is in your ninth house, so it's a good time to do some research, some higher learning, or like using your higher mind here. Mercury in the ninth house, doing your research. Um, Mercury in the ninth, uh, teaching, writing, communicating, and um, from your higher mind, higher purpose. And, hmm, Mars is making us as exile to Jupiter. So that's a good, very good thing for that aspect. But Mercury is ruled by Mars and Virgo. Mercury is in your ninth house, as I said. Alrighty. Moving on to Scorpio. Mars is in your 10th house of career, reputation. Yeah. Mars is, you may cut, sever, and something from the reputation. Make sure you're not tarnishing your reputation at this time. Be more specific, be more precise in what you're doing in public, taking action in very um, precise, determined, um, uh, don't be too prissy. Mm, yeah. Not a good look on you, Sagittarius, to be prissy. You're not like that anyway, Sagittarius. You're a fun loving character, you. Uh, but sometimes you can be a little much in the career realm. Well, make sure you're not cutting and severing something here in your career or your reputation. Mercury is ruled by Mars, and that is in your eighth house of other people's money. So actually, other people may be communicating, talking about you. You're talking, giving you advice, probably. Also, Sagittarius. Um, mm, Jupiter is here. Your ruling planet is also in your eighth house. And then we have Mercury, ruled by Mars, in your eighth house of investments, unearned money, and um, like investments, banks, bank loans, uh, spousal money. So, and then we have Mercury. Mars also rules your 12th house of hidden enemy. So yeah, actually, things you do in your career could create a hidden enemy for you, or bring up things from your past that are may bring about some, could be negative or positive from your past, things from the past lives, past um, traumas. Yeah, actually, try not to get too depressed, Sagittarius, because Mars ruling your 12th house um, in the 10th. So, yeah, actually, when you don't be active, but and very precise and nitpicky and uncontentious ways, Sagittarius. It's making an in conjunction to your fifth house of creativity. Even though this is bringing really good things to your children, your creativity and fun, Saturn is bringing a halt to something here in your house of fun, house of relationships. Um, yeah. So it's a good time to focus on your career, but don't be too cocky or too mute. Be more mutable. Go with the flow. Don't go against the grain or against anyone or anything. Mars likes to cut and sever things as well, so be careful of that. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you. On to our Capricorn. Well, Capricorn. Mercury is in and Mars is in your ninth house. You may be cutting and severing something from your belief system, philosophy of life, your higher purpose. Um, it's going to be getting closer to the south node here, where you're going to purge and let things go. Um, go with the flow with Mars in Virgo. Um, so it's a time to purge, let things go, not be too. Uh, maybe you're changing your. Maybe you're decide to become a Buddhist if you're Catholic, or a Catholic if you're Buddhist, or change your religion. Who knows? You may change your religion, or change your philosophy on your complete, on your entire belief system. Who knows? Could be possible that way too. Mars rules your fourth house and your 11th house as well. What are you devoted? Are you devoted to your friends or a social group, community, organization, um, the masses, or, well, actually, Mars rules your fourth house of home. Um, it's making an inconjunct or a uh, quincunx, quincunx to Saturn and Neptune in your fourth house. Um, so this could be very. They don't speak the same language. They don't see things the same way. They don't see each other at all. They're in aversion to each other. Uh, so anything you do, you're you'll be This could be, you may be thinking of changing your philosophy, but actually make sure you're not stirring up something in your fourth house of your foundation, your family, your uh, mother, or things of that nature, uh, or your home, your foundation. Um, all right, moving on to Aquarius. Well, Mars is in your eighth house of others invest other people's money, investment, banking, um, uh, loans, spousal money. This is like the house of other. Make sure you're not upsetting the status quo here with other people. Although you can, actually, it's a good time. Mars in the eighth house may uh, cut and sever some debt that you owe. So it's a good thing for you, Aquarius. When Mars moves into your eighth house, ruling your 10th house, are you devoted to your career and your reputation? Uh, Mars also rules your third house of your neighbors, neighborhood, familiar places that are familiar to you, that are you. But this could be um, since Mars is in reversion or quincunx or in conjunct to Saturn and Neptune. Make sure you're doing things precisely, or put and in orderly. So, other people may be saying that you need some order or something to do something precise here, Aquarius, or your third house will crumble or come apart in some way that you don't even realize is happening because they're in aversion, they don't see each other, they don't speak the same language. So it'd be a good thing to focus on career and reputation. And does that career and reputation have anything to do with other people? What else? Oh, Mercury is in your sixth house. So you're probably doing things, routine things, working hard. But with Jupiter, he's making a sextile. Mars and Jupiter are sextile each other. So that's a good um, aspect for these two houses from the eighth and the sixth, bringing wisdom and abundance to and from your eighth and sixth houses. Pisces and finally Pisces, never least, and always best Pisces. Well, Pisces, Mars is in your seventh house. Uh, well, hmm. Mars. Well, something may happen. Your partner may separate from you, or could separate from you. You never know. Or cut and sever something from your relationship. Business partners may cut ties with you, or your partner is taking more initiative creatively, and with their night, Mars rules the ninth house and their second house. So your partner is making money, being more philosophical and creative. Mercury rules your fifth house. Mars rules your ninth and second houses of money. Your second house of money and the ninth house of higher purpose. So this is all about your partner. It has nothing to do with you, Pisces. With Mars here, your partner is getting uh more creative, more having more fun. Probably wants to have more fun and enjoy higher their higher purpose and their money. All right, well, that's all I got for you now. I'm going to stop my share. That's Mars and Virgo for every sign. I hope this helps. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, I've put the link to book my readings with me in the description box below. Um, my name is Stephen the Jupiterian. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new here. And hit that notification bell. Make sure you're getting notified every time I post new videos. And what else? Post a comment and share the video if so inclined to do so. Thanks for watching.